Hey there, Bare Knuckle News fans. I am here with BKFC Matchmaker Nate Shook after the big tryouts in Plant City today. Nate, so there was a lot of talent out there today.
Absolutely. We had over 100 people register for this event, and 41 showed up to try out. Tons of talent out here, from UFC veterans to professional boxers with over 60 professional fights.
Kind of take me through the laundry list of who was actually here, because you just mentioned there were some big names. I know there were some big boxers here trying out as well.
Derek Finley was the big boxer, 33, 27-1 with 23 knockouts. Very impressive, but it just shows you the level of fighters that we get to come on out here. We had Chop Corley at a previous event, Mary Ortega at a previous event, and now we have Gene Herrera from the UFC veteran and Derek both come on in to try out when other people just want things handed to them. These two individuals are like, no, we're going to earn it. We're going to show on up. So I truly appreciate it.
What surprised you about the skill set of the fighters today compared to the last tryouts?
Arizona, we had a ton of talented fighters there, but we have high-level individuals that came out to this one. The very first trials that we did, we had about 65, 70 people show up, and there was some good talent there, but we're finding that the more and more we're doing, the bigger talent and bigger names that we're getting to come to these trials.
And that's so good for you and the entire Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship team. You guys have really worked very hard for that, so I'm excited to see the skill set improving and the bigger fighters coming out. Would you like to see more females try out?
Absolutely. We're working on building our 115 and 125 pound female divisions, and having them come on out and see what they can do beforehand helps out a lot, especially when it comes to matchmaking. So we encourage teams that if they have a female that's interested in trying out, please send them on down so we can see what they have.
How many contracts will be awarded? How tough is this going to be for you to choose?
It's always tough. We're going to have at least 2 contracts awarded for this for BKFC. We'll probably have 2 to 3 more for Toe the Line. Maybe we'll have more because there was at least 8 people that caught our eye that we're going to go back, watch the film, and really narrow it down. Should we only do 2 or 3 contracts?
Now, this is unusual because you're not announcing the people that are getting contracts today. So when can we expect to hear about the new talent?
Not this coming week, but the following week. What's different is in other tryouts, we have people who just stood out. We saw them, you're like, that's it. Lorenzo Hunt, for example, he tried out. We knew at the end of the tryout he was one of the best ones there, in the top 2. So it's easy to put a finger on him. But today, there's just so much talent, and we don't want to, since we have so much going on, we don't want to overlook somebody and not give them their credit. So we're going to sit down, look at all the film. It's going to be hours, but we'll sit there, we're going to do them due diligence and get these contracts out here in the next week or so.
Speaking of Lorenzo Hunt, I interviewed him today. It's kind of like deja vu. For viewers who don't know, Lorenzo tried out about a year and a half ago, as I believe, and now look at him. So kind of put that in perspective for some of the new fans that do not know of Lorenzo Hunt and his journey winning the tryouts.
Lorenzo had a losing mixed martial arts record. So I told his manager, if he wants a shot, I'm coming to tryouts because all we can go off of is his record online. He came on out, and at 205 pounds, he moves like he's 155 pounds, but he punches like a heavyweight. He has multiple knockouts in BKFC, and he's one of the most dynamic fighters that we have on our roster. Very hard to match, very skilled, and that's why trials are so important. Because without that, we may not give him a shot, and look at how high level of a fighter he really is.
What about moving forward? Will these fighters fight on Toe the Line or Bare Knuckle FC?
There's going to be an opportunity for both. We're going to give out BKFC contracts, and we're going to give out some Toe the Line contracts. We have some fighters that we have our eye on, but they had little or no professional experience. And my fear is traveling around the country and being a former promoter of other sports. I know what it's like to take the local guy who has a lot of experience and does good on a local level, and you put them on to the big lights and they just fold. So we don't want to rush this young talent. So what we're looking at doing is bring them on to the line, let them get some experience, and should they have the skill set in bare knuckle, move them on.
Speaking of Toe the Line, when will we be able to see the next Toe the Line? Probably coming up in a couple months then, right?
Yeah, we're looking at mid to late February. I'm in talks right now with 2 different promoters. Again, one is a BKFC veteran who is doing his own shows, and he wants to do bare knuckle, so he's reached out, and we're negotiating stuff right now. The other one is another promoter who I've been in deals with for a long time, and that one would be back down in Mississippi should we go that route. But end of February at the latest is what we're looking at.
All right, now to the most important questions. In just a few weeks, we have Knuckle Mania up here in Tampa. Kind of give us a little preview of how crazy and wonderful that card's going to be.
Right now, there's 13 fights on the card. We could have matched 18, 19 fights easily. That would have been very entertaining. But we had to knock it down. 13 is even a lot for a bare knuckle card. But from, again, bottom to top, we have the best bare knuckle fighters in the world, bar none. I say it all the time. We're some of the best athletes in the world. This card is going to be headlined by Paige Van Zandt versus Britain Hart. Britain proves her first fight how tough she is. She fought Beck Rollins to a split decision. Most people did not see her afterward. I did. She had teeth pushed in and she didn't even know it. It didn't even faze her. She's tough. But Paige Van Zandt, UFC veteran, has fought at the top of mixed martial arts. It's going to be down to part. I don't see this fight ending in a knockout. I see two tough athletes at 125 pounds beating on each other for 10 minutes. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be exciting. I'm really excited. And if we do have a knockout, all the better, because a lot of the fights beforehand are going to be knockouts. Some people are going to expect a knockout. See how it goes.
If people wanted to get in touch with you for future tryouts and, toe the line, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Always Instagram, BKFC_matchmaker. I'm not on Facebook that much. We do have a Toe the Line fight series, Instagram as well, but I spend the majority of my time on the BKFC one.
All right, Bare Knuckle News fans, we will be here at Knuckle Mania February 5th, bringing you all beautiful bloody action. I'm Susan Singari. Thanks for watching.